go ahead when you're ready.
Alright, so I'm going to talk about Twitter today. How many of you guys got Twitter in here? I love Twitter. I remember when Twitter first caught my eye. I remember just seeing something about like Ashton Kutcher was like the big Twitter guy, and he was like the first like celebrity to really use Twitter. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, this is kind of weird. I never really got it with the hashtags and the ads. And then sports reporters started like doing all their rumors and trades on Twitter. So that's why I got Twitter, just to like keep up with my sports things, and like started to build up into one thing to another. And now the president of the United States like can control the stock market with his tweets, and I use the same device to like use sarcastic comments or chirp celebrities or athletes and stuff like that while he's just going off. So I was wondering, like, I wonder what Twitter thinks of all this, so like how Twitter got started. So Twitter started in '06. It was the idea of the co-founder Jack Dorsey. He originally wanted it to be like an SMS-based communication, which is like text messaging for younger folk out there. So it was basically, he just wanted to make a group chat where anyone just post anything. So the other days it was Twitter. It wasn't Twitter. It was I'll spell it out. It was TWTTR because back in the mid-thousands, vowels weren't cool, so they had to leave. And then Jack was the first guy to send the first tweet. It was on March 21st, 2006 at 9:50 p.m. It said, "Just setting up my Twitter," spelled TWTTR. So Twitter's grown a long way since then. And you probably wonder where the 140 characters came from. Well, back then, the SMN characters, the SMN protocol standard was only 140 characters. So if you remember texting, anyone remember texting with the keypad?
Mm-hmm.
There's that too out of date. I remember I got really good at it, and all the numbers came, or all the letters came, that just ruined everything. So that's why the 140 characters from. The one I found most interesting is the user innovation. So like the hashtags, the ads, retweets, those are all just users who made that up. Like that wasn't Twitter's idea. They just saw people were just tweeting the @ symbol to like their friend, and then like using a hashtag because they only had so much room. So they had to get creative with it. And then the RT was pretty much just like citing their source. Like someone would go like RT and then tweet it. And then, so the retweet didn't come into effect functionally until 2010 in August. So over the last 11 years, they now have 330 million monthly active users, which is the president of the United States, and I just can't get over. I just think it's hilarious. I think it's funny. I don't know. A lot of people get nervous about Trump's tweets, which rightfully so, but I look at it, I wake up every morning, I see his tweets, and I'm just like, I can't believe the president is using the same thing I'm using to chirp my friend, and he's chirping another guy with nuclear bombs. I'm like, how did this build up to this? And yeah, so that's what I got on Twitter. That's what I have for you. Thanks for listening.